We're counting down the days to a Supreme Court ruling on Prop 8. Marriage may go to the voters in Ohio, but there's some dispute over timing. New polls show ongoing progress in California and across the nation, and New Mexico's Attorney General addresses the challenges to his state's marriage ban. At the American Foundation for Equal Rights, I'm Matt Baum, and welcome to Marriage News Watch for June 10, 2013. There's only a few days left for the Supreme Court to rule on Prop 8. So far, they've set aside June 10th, 13th, 17th, and 24th for rulings, but they could add more days before the end of the month. Visit AFER.org for an illustrated guide to the various ways the court could rule, and subscribe here on YouTube for breaking news alerts on the case. In a surprise announcement this week, Freedom Ohio unveiled plans to bring marriage to voters in 2014. They also claim to be working with the Human Rights Campaign, Equality Ohio, Freedom to Marry, and various other organizations. But within a few hours, those groups sought to distance themselves from the move. According to various spokespeople, there has been conversation, but no agreement on timing. An Ohio ballot measure in 2014 would face tough challenges. Although polls show support growing and opposition falling, public support is still very close. For comparison, organizers in Oregon have announced a ballot measure of their own in 2014. Polling there shows marriage with a lead of nearly 10 percentage points. And when Maine successfully brought marriage to the ballot in 2012, polling showed a lead of nearly 15 points. And new polling in California shows support is stronger than ever, with 55% in favor to 37% opposed. National attitudes continue to trend in our favor, according to multiple new polls released last week. We have more data on marriage now than ever before, which allows us to paint a highly precise picture of the growth in public support. We'll be keeping a close eye to see how that trend is affected by the ruling on Proposition 8, which is expected before the end of this month. Meanwhile, in New Mexico this week, Attorney General Gary King called the state's marriage laws vulnerable to challenge. The ACLU has already filed suit over the state's refusal to issue marriage licenses, and last week a second couple filed a lawsuit of their own. Minnesota has begun issuing marriage licenses. The first documents were issued last week, and they take effect on August 1st. Subscribe here on YouTube and at AFER.org for breaking news alerts on the Prop 8 case. And remember to like this video and share it with your friends. At the American Foundation for Equal Rights, I'm Matt Baum. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next week.